We the youth.
We the youth.
We the youth.
We the youth.
We, the youth, unite in action against the climate crisis. The Earth's climate is nearing the point of no return, from which life on the planet cannot recover. The cost of inaction is too immense. Threats to the climate menace every aspect of our world, and the sustainable communities we must build for the future depend on our collective will to meet and overcome these existential challenges.
Hereby, we the youth pledge to: first, raise awareness in our own communities about policy that is detrimental to the health of our planet and promote policy which works to confront the main causes of the climate crisis.
2. Educate ourselves, our families, and our networks through formal and informal channels, including social media, on the impacts that we as individuals and as a collective society have on the climate through daily lifestyle choices.
3. Innovate climate-conscious solutions to local and global changes and support scaling of sustainable products for widespread use.
4. Advance the widespread education of women and girls, understanding that doing so is a critical step in combating climate change.
5. Be mindful of the effects of our consumption, compounded in the manufacturing, transport, storage, sales, use, and disposal of products.
6. Implement the 6 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle, repair, rethink, and refuse in order to fulfill a net negative carbon future to reverse environmental degradation.
7. Use our purchasing power to encourage businesses to prioritize sustainable models and environmental well-being over short-term profits.
Prioritize environmentally friendly mobility options. Influence relevant governing bodies to center the avoid shift and improve framework in their building of sustainable local mobilities system and infrastructure.
9. Properly dispose of waste and advocate for improved waste management infrastructure.
10. Avoid single-use plastic products and packaging to reduce the accumulation of waste.
Number 11. Shift our diets to be plant-forward and climate-conscious, reduce meat consumption, and demanding reforms in food production industries as appropriate. I need to work on that.
12. Call attention to the environmental harms caused by factory farming and unsustainable agricultural practices. Opt for local food and support sustainable producers.
13. Caution against the toxic consumption and limit our use of certain cosmetics, personal care, cleaning, and menstrual hygiene products, thereby reducing their contribution to pollution and ozone depletion.
14. Reduce consumption of production that exhibit deforestation and urge our government to improve forest ecosystem health and deforesting land.
15. Protect forests and rainforests, which produce large amounts of oxygen from fires and destruction.
16. Use renewable sources of energy such as hydropower, solar, wind, geothermal, and biomass. When accessible, divest from fossil fuels, mining, and other businesses that profit at an expense of our planet.
17. Commit to conserving current energy reserves and sources through sparing usage only when necessary, effectively reducing carbon output and protecting energy security.
18. Invest in climate solutions and green jobs, ensuring our industrial transition towards a net negative economy is just, equitable, and does not leave people and communities behind.
19. Integrate climate resilient infrastructures and business models to reduce the effects of natural disasters.
20. Support organizations that strive to reduce negative impact on the environment while actively engaging in innovative and sustainable practices.
21. Actively participate in climate-related political processes, maximizing the voice of people and challenging the influence of profiteers. Urge political representatives to understand the pressing nature of the climate crisis and support policies that promote the health of our planet.
22. Condemn laws and regulations that deny environmental justice to and disproportionately affect marginalized groups. Call attention to the disproportionate effects of climate emergencies on developing countries, especially the least developed countries.
Number 23. Mobilize to remedy the disproportionate effects of resources depletion, environmental degradation, and pollution on vulnerable populations such as indigenous people.
24. Foster inclusion when addressing the peoples in this compact, realizing that collaboration within and between communities is crucial and in ending the climate crisis.
Number 25, the last one, acknowledging all forms of life on Earth, understanding that we are all interconnected in the global ecosystem.
Through this collective agreement,
Throughout this collective agreement,
Through this collective agreement,
Through this collective agreement,
Through this collective agreement, we strive to harness the power of the youth to build a future that is certain and free of the devastation of the climate crisis.